from the park that brought you literally every roller coaster you could possibly want comes a new ride that is completely and ridiculously unnecessary. Valravn... What? I'm sorry, what? Where did they find that?
Siri, give me the worst roller coaster names you can find.
Would you like Valravn or Rougarou?
I'll take both of them.
You love the steep drop on Magnum XL200, Millennium Force, Top Thrill Dragster, Maverick, and I guess Gatekeeper. Now ride the next ride at Cedar Point to yet again feature a steep drop. So if you're scared of roller coasters, don't come to this park. You remember when the Sandusky Register leaked that the park was going to add a dive coaster, yet continued to be in denial that once again, every other Cedar Fair park was getting passed up so that another useless addition could be added to the best park in the world. Like, seriously, Cedar Fair. Did you forget about your other parks? Look, we all know that Cedar Point is the favorite child here, but when 11 of your kids want dinner, you don't just feed one of them and leave the others to starve. You were excited when you heard the park was getting rid of the Good Time Theater, because anytime something is removed at Cedar Point, it's obviously for a new coaster. Now prepare to be underwhelmed when you realize they're installing a dive coaster, which really doesn't do anything for their lineup.
Shut up! A dive coaster is exactly what the park needed, because everything Cedar Point does is perfect.
Oh, hello Cedar Point fanboy. Long time no see. Before the animation was released, expected to feature a more original layout than the other two in the US. Now throw a tantrum like the sad little coaster boy that you are when you find out it has the exact same first half as every other dive coaster in the world. Prepare to be blown away when you discovered how many records Valravn breaks. 10. All of which technically are true, but half of them are kinda cheating really. Like, look at this. Tallest dive coaster and longest drop on a dive coaster, those are basically the same thing. At this point, Cedar Point's just doing that so that they can say it breaks 10 records.
Yeah, did you hear what Cedar Point added?
No, what?
Yo, it's the tallest, longest, fastest coaster ever.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Wait, so it's taller than Top Thrill Dragster?
I guess so.
Well, at least the media isn't like that. Approach the ugly, orangish, brownish, copperish, poopish colored ride, and take note of the new pathway, which features new seating, aka concrete, and everyone's favorite geometric shape, circles, which actually looks really nice. So even if the ride sucks, it almost makes it okay. And now there's an updated side entrance. So now all 2% of people that enter through that gate can walk under a coaster too. So if you liked walking under Gatekeeper's keyholes, now you can walk under something even better. Break run. How exciting. Walk up to the ride's signature throne and try to figure out what the heck is a Valravn, and why is it spelled that way?
What the heck is a Valravn? And why is it spelled that way?
See what I'm talking about? Is Goofy spelling the new norm with coasters? I don't know if it's Cedar Point's fault or whoever made up a Valravn, but why on earth would they spell it that way?
Your word is Valravn.
I'm sorry, what?
Valravn.
Is that a real word?
Yes.
Can I get a definition, please?
Valravn. Noun. Mythical death bird.
Can I have an alternate pronunciation?
Valravn and Valravn are the two most common incorrect pronunciations, although some are still under the impression that that is the correct way to pronounce it.
Can I have the language of origin?
We actually have no idea.
Can I hear it in a sentence?
Yes. Your word is Valravn.
Valravn. V-A-L-R-A-V-E-N. Valravn.
That is incorrect.
Is it I-N?
No.
O-N?
No.
A-N?
No.
U-N?
No. That will be all, Miss Williams.
It's not even a real word.
Your word is invader.
Invader. I-N-V-A-D capital R. Invader.
That is correct.
Oh, come on!
Enter the queue and notice all of that Game of Thrones theming, such as thrones, arches, battles, and yeah, that's it. What, you expected tons of theming? Nah, this is Cedar Point. We barely even know the definition of theming. Board the 8-across trains and pull down your vest restraint, because clearly Cedar Point wants to eliminate any feeling of weightlessness we'd get otherwise. Pull out of the station in a ridiculously tight turn, and begin ascending up a lift hill that would be considered ginormous if it weren't next to Millennium Force. Arrive at the top and hit the holding brake, holding you above the park with nothing to look at but all those pretty circles. Finally, abruptly release and fall into the vertical drop, sending you flipping into the second tallest inversion in the world. Which, when the tallest inversion belongs to a ride in the same park, doesn't that just show you that not even Cedar Point can outdo itself? And if you thought the ride has been exhilarating so far, instead of slowing down a bit, literally come to an abrupt stop halfway through the ride. Hear that, Titan? You're not the only one.
You shouldn't have gotten a B&M.
Dive into the second, less intimidating drop, which goes straight into a dive loop, because a second Immelman would have been too repetitive. And we all know Cedar Point would never put two of the same element on one coaster. Now proceed with the most original and therefore best part of the ride, a 270-degree roll.
That third inversion is easily the best part, like, hands down.
Don't you mean hands up? And actually, that's kind of sad. Considering this thing has one of the largest vertical drops in the world, you like this tiny inversion better? You done screwed up, CP.
It was kind of overwhelming. It was like... And then it was over.
Finally, to conclude the ride, pass over a mediocre airtime hill and slide into the brake run. In a ride which will leave half the guests in awe, and the other half thinking it was over too soon.
Valravn is amazing. In my opinion, it's the second best ride in the world, only behind Millennium Force. So I don't see what your problem is.
Don't you have anything else to do with your life? Bland Raven. Wait in a 2.5-hour line for it now at Cedar Point. Or wait in a 15-minute line for it now at Busch Gardens.